What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 17, and we start today's episode with a game against Hoffenheim here at home at the beginning of April in the league. And of course, as you can see here, we've just got a few games to go now in the league. We're closing out the season, and we are in 5th place as things stand. So we are currently on level points with that final Champions League spot, which Wolfsburg currently occupy with 49 points. And yeah, we're doing everything we can to try and claw ourselves back into those Champions League spots. It will be an absolutely incredible achievement if we can finish in the top 4. I'll be happy with Europa League, but it will be incredible if we can finish in the Champions League, and we're doing everything we can to keep pace with the lads in front of us. But in the 21st minute in this game, we had a corner, and it was crossed in by Sigurdsson, but unfortunately Brooks went up for a header and unfortunately stayed down. So an injury for Brooks there. He was able to run it off and continue, but unfortunately he will get an injury, which will put him out for a couple of weeks after this game. But in the 51st minute here, you see Lasoga chip the ball forward to Ramos here. Kind of messed up the finish as I tried to drill it to the far post, because Steels put out a left leg. He managed to stop the ball from crossing the line, but he didn't really get the ball away, and Lasoga dived into the far post and put it into the back of the net. So Hertha Berlin 1, Hoffenheim 0, and just after that, literally just a couple minutes after that, Herman goes on the run here, plays it to Lasoga. Lasoga finds Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson gets onto his right foot here and strikes it, and his left foot and strikes it, but unfortunately the shot was well saved by the goalkeeper, and William Carvalho's follow-up shot is blocked and out for a corner. We cut the pressure on though, had a corner, Sigurdsson crosses the ball in towards the centre. It's Lasoga who wins the header at the near post, beats the defender coming for it, and puts the ball past the goalkeeper to make it Hertha Berlin 2, Hoffenheim 0. So 2 goals in a few minutes there, and we are now having a 2-goal cushion, which is fantastic. And 10 minutes after that, our left back Schultz gets on the ball, plays a 1-2 with Serge Gnabry here down the left hand side, swings in across. Ramos has a free header, but unfortunately went straight at the goalkeeper Casteels, and it's still 2-0. And in the 72nd minute, Serge Gnabry gets on the ball and finds Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson plays it back over the top towards the run of Serge Gnabry. Really good chance here. He's got the pace to beat his man. Stops, gets onto his right foot. I try and curl the ball, but unfortunately Abraham gets it away. William Carvalho flicks it back in, then Lasoga strikes it, but unfortunately Casteels makes the save, and William Carvalho also gets an injury there, and it's still 2-0. So not good to see our Portuguese holding midfielder go down there and get injured, but he was, and it was still 2-0. But in the 86th minute, a good chance for us to make it 3-0. Yashil crosses the ball in, but Ramos' header goes over the bar, and it is still 2-0. And that is how the game would finish. We would get the win by 2-0. Nice clean sheet as well, and very good 3 points there. But of course, as you would have seen, we had 2 players get injured, unfortunately, Brooks and William Carvalho. Actually, Brooks was okay. I thought he was going to be injured at first, but he was okay. But William Carvalho, he did get injured and will be out for 3 weeks. So he's out with a sprained ankle. That really does suck, because he's been an awesome signing for us this year. He's been a fantastic holding midfielder. In fact, he's going to be out for 3 weeks. He's going to absolutely suck at a crucial stage of the season. But after that, we saw that Lasoga and Mukhtar had both accepted their contracts, as had Thomas Kraft. So we managed to get those 3 players down on new contracts. That's fantastic news for us, because obviously Lasoga and Kraft, both first team members of the squad, and Mukhtar, a very decent youngster with some decent potential, it seems like. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that, and that means they won't be leaving the club in the near future. But the following game was going to be against Bayer Leverkusen here away from home, and this is going to be a massive game, because we now snuck into 4th place. We've got a game in hand on Schalke in 5th, as we're level on points with them, so we've got a chance to pull away here as we take on Leverkusen. We can also try and get ourselves the advantage against the side currently sitting 1 place above us. So huge game here away from home, and the first chance of the game would fall directly from a kickoff as Lasoga gives the ball to Serge Gnabry. Nice little double step over, plays across the ball towards Herman. He plays it onto Hossegay. Hossegay beats one, then beats another with a nice little knock through ball, if you will, to himself, and he swings in a far post drilled cross on the floor, and Ramos at the far post clears, puts it in, and makes it 1-0 to Hertha Berlin. So directly from kickoff we take the lead. I've read some comments from people saying, most of your goals come from crosses. Like, why is that? And people don't seem to be enjoying the crosses, the crossing style of play. I don't really know why that is, because I don't know about you, but I absolutely love it when you can sort of beat a fullback like Hossegay did there with a couple of nice skill moves, or just some good agility, and then put in a delicious cross. I don't know why people are so anti-crossing really when you do it well, but even so it's 1-0, but in the 25th minute here, you see Herman get past his man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Completely destroys the fullback and sends in a good cross. Ramos flicks on the header, but unfortunately I couldn't get the bicycle kick to work, and then it falls to Serge Gnabry, but the shot goes wide of the post, and it's still 1-0 to us here. We were dominating, we were playing quite well, but in the 45th minute, just before half time, you see Son, the Korean, take aim, but Kraft makes a great save, tips it onto the post, just signed a new contract, and he keeps the score at 1-0 here. And in the same phase of play, really, pretty much straight after the corner was cleared away, he came to Bender, he struck in, he hit the post as well, so that post struck twice in a matter of a couple of minutes there, and it was still 1-0 as Kraft clears the ball away. So Bayer Leverkusen 0, Hertha Berlin 1. That's how the first half would finish, but in the second half, Bayer Leverkusen drew strength from that late flurry of chance in the first half, and as Rolfs gets on the ball here, he crosses the ball in, and Kiesling heads the ball past Kraft, and finally Leverkusen are back on level terms. You had to say they deserved it as well, so the home side back on level terms here, and it's 1-1, but in the 57th minute, a good chance for us here. Ramos finds Lasogga, who rolls it through towards Serge Gnabry. He's got the pace to beat Toprak, keeps on going. I try and catch the goalkeeper out, but Leno makes a good save, and it is still 1-1. In the 63rd minute, Rolfs gets on the ball here for Leverkusen, plays the ball forward towards the Korean Son, down the left hand side, controls the ball really nicely, swings in across, Kiesling controls it brilliantly, and there's a bit of a scramble, and unfortunately we can't clear it, and at the far post he gets his second goal of the game and makes it 2-1 to Leverkusen. So Bayer Leverkusen 2, Hertha Berlin 1, 2 goals for Kiesling. We just couldn't stop him, and unfortunately we were in front by a goal to nil, and now we're down by 2 goals to 1 in a really massive game here at the top of the table. And in the 67th minute though, a real lifeline for us, because Toprak controls the ball. It's a really heavy touch. Ramos intercepts him and just puts it past the goalkeeper into the near post with ease to make it 2-2. So a really bad mistake by the defender, and we make his life even more miserable by doing a chicken dance in front of him. But it's 2-2. But in the 86th minute, we were closing out the point here. Carvalho crosses the ball in. Reinhardt goes for the header. I clear the ball away with Brooks, but it's a terrible clearance. It's flicked on. Reinhardt gets to it and puts it into the bottom corner to make it 3-2. So later on here, I throw it away, and Leverkusen get themselves what will surely be a winning goal. And as if things can get worse, they play a hopeful crossfield ball here. Reinhardt comes out, beats Kraft, and puts it into the back of the net. So 2 goals later on, and Leverkusen make it 4-2 as the game was being closed out. So I thought we were going to get ourselves a point here, and I thought we were going to do enough to secure a draw, but unfortunately we end up losing in the game, and that's a real shame. That's like a 10-game unbeaten run we're on, and now it comes to an end, and it's like the worst team it could have came to an end against. You know, the team sitting directly above us, pretty much level on points. That was a really sickening blow to lose that game. And of course it would give teams like FC Schalke directly below us real good confidence coming into the last couple of games of the season. But after that we had an international management offer from New Zealand, which we of course rejected because I was not interested. I've read some comments of people saying, you know, why didn't you take Poland? You know, why didn't you take Colombia? Why don't you take Sweden? You know, we're interested in those jobs. I've said before, like, to me it really doesn't interest me, and I'm not going to take a job which doesn't interest me, because it won't be as enjoyable, you know. But there you go. But as you can see by the league table here, coming into this game against Augsburg, we have indeed dropped down to 5th place. So that game against Bayer Leverkusen, we lost it because we had a two goal swing in the defeat. That's why we dropped below Schalke. So that is absolutely gutting. It was a really big blow for us, and as taken Augsburg here, we had to win this game. But unfortunately for us, directly from kickoff, Augsburg retained possession. I couldn't get the ball off them, and as Altintop comes forward here, we win the ball with Schultz. I give it to Kraft, just try and boot the ball forward, but the kick is terrible. It's intercepted, played forward, and eventually it's turned in on the penalty spot. I think it's Hahn who got the goal, and Augsburg make it 1-0. So a terrible kick out by me with Kraft, and Augsburg punish us. So it's my mistake again, and the home side take the lead. So in the game we had to win, we were down straight away, and in the 12th minutes, another terrible kick out with Kraft. It's intercepted before Gnabry can get on the ball. It's played forward towards Altintop, but thankfully for us, he fluffs his lines and puts the ball wide. So 14 minutes in, and the home side could easily have been 2-0 up through these mistakes I was making with the goalkeeper. But thankfully, it was still 1-0. And from the goal kick, we get the ball out wide. It's eventually played in field towards Shelbred, starting ahead of the injured William Carvalho. Sigurdsson roulettes past his man, chips it forward towards Lasogga. He comes forward. The shot is somehow saved by the goalkeeper though, and it's still 1-0. What a stop by the goalkeeper. But from the corner, it's Gylfi Sigurdsson, the Icelandic playmaker, who crosses the ball in. Brooks wins the header, puts it past the goalkeeper, and makes it 1 apiece. He picks the ball up and runs back to the centre circle. So 1-1 here. Brooks with a goal, and it's good to be back on level terms. In the 34th minute, a good chance for us to take the lead. Shellbread roulettes past his man, finds Ramos. Really good chance here, but again, the goalkeeper makes a great save on a one-on-one. I was just choking on those one-on-ones, and it was still 1-1. But in the 36th minute, directly from that, the ball goes out for a throw-in. Herman, our winger, gives it towards Adrian Ramos here. Ramos gets past his man, nice turn, swings it across. Sigurdsson wins the header and puts it in at the near post to make it 2-1 to Hertha Berlin. So we turn the game on its head from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. It's Sigurdsson who gets the goal. So a goal and an assist for this Icelandic playmaker. Going to say it every single time. £2 million, what a steal. And I'm glad to be back in front. In the 39th minute here, Sjorsberg swinging across towards the far post. It's not dealt with by Serge Gnabry. The cross comes in, but the header goes just wide of the post, and it's a real let-off here because the home side were threatening really well. And in stoppage time in the first half, the ball is played for. We don't deal with it. Eventually it's played down the left-hand side. It's played back in field, and Schultz comes there. He loses out. Eventually it's played across the face of the goal, and it's turned in the centre by the number 33 to make it Augsburg 2, Hertha Berlin 2. That would end the first half, and it would also end the second half as well, because nothing happened in the second half. I couldn't create anything, and unfortunately that's now 2 games without a win, and this crucial end of the season, we look as though we may have thrown it away, because these are 2 big blows for us as Schalke and Leverkusen gain the points. But as always, guys, big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.